Jordo here. Hello, everybody. United beat Brentford 2-1 yesterday, and the first 15 minutes I thought we looked fantastic, high energy, good little press going, just really high energy, and then all of a sudden it just like fell off. We'll take the result. We're excited. That's pretty. I mean, we pretty much guaranteed Champions League football with that result, and that's great. But there's still a lot of issues with the club. Like Champions League football, third in the Premier League, great, great. But the football we're playing isn't necessarily good. It is getting wins, and it is, that's cool. And I'm excited. I really am excited about going to Champions League. But I also want to compete when we get there. For me, it's not enough to just go, right? It's not enough to just qualify for the Champions League and go play a couple games and then be knocked out in the first round of the knockout stage or not even make it past, the group stage or whatever. But the the thing for me about this game, right, is Brentford is, where do they sit in the league? They are ninth in the Premier League. Okay. And from six all the way down to 15 or 14, they're all within 5 points of each other. Or, sorry, 6 to 13, all within 7 points of each other to be exact. But for me, with this game, we still kind of got. I don't like this counter-attacking style. I get it works and it's getting us results, but is that the if they're giving Carrick the job, which I'm going to imagine at this point he's getting the job, right? Because he miraculously turned us around for tied for fifth into third place, which is the hardest thing to do in the world, apparently. Because we were in fifth when he came in, we were not in like 15th. So let's not follow the media's narrative on that because I don't agree with it. I don't like Carrick has come in and took United from finishing in 15th last season. No, he didn't. He took us from being fifth in the current season to third. It would have probably happened anyways. But all in all, it's just not fun style football. We got out dominated 55 to 45 on possession against a team we should be dominating and be better than and be on the front foot against. They outshot us. We had more shots on target. They had 42 touches in our box. We had 21 in theirs. Again, we rely on the Bruno magic. Casemiro's gone, so that's 9 goals that were. Without Casemiro, I don't even know if we'd be right. We'd be on the fringe of Champions League football, and we're not doing much to replace him. It seems like we don't want to spend the money. But for me too, it's also. I hear my dog getting a little crazy over there, but Thiago, the striker for Brentford, has been having an amazing season. He's in contention for Premier League Player of the Year. And he had an off game. He had a couple chances. It could have very, very, very easily went the other way. Um, Lamens is a good goalie. I think Heaven has been a bright spot. I think his ability to actually get the ball up the pitch as a center back is exciting, especially with how young he is. But all in all, not the most impressive game. And I'm not really going to touch on transfers. This is more just a reaction to that game. Bruno always, as always, he did have a good game. Luke Shaw had a pretty decent game all in all, actually, but Sheshko needs to start every game, and we need to service him more. I just don't like the whole Mbumo and the striker. We got Sheshko. We spent the money on him. Let's get him in. Let's get him games. We don't even have another striker on the roster. Xerxes just not good enough. He's on his way out. He came in and really didn't do much in the couple minutes he was in. And not that he should have. He was only in for 5 minutes, but he, just not gets the ball moves. A very passive player. You don't really notice him on the pitch, unfortunately. I thought he had a lot of promise when he came in, but it's just like a lot of United young buys. We don't put them in positions to succeed. I mean, if you watch that PSG Bayern game today, I'm gonna do a video on that. But what a game! But even Mayulu, he comes in. The kid, I think the kid's 18, maybe 19. I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but I'm just gonna say Mayulu. I don't actually know, so I might butcher that. Make fun of me if you want. But comes in and he's on the pitch for 3 minutes. Comes down, rings the crossbar. Could have almost made it a 6-4 win for PSG instead of 5-4. But all in all, yeah, I don't know what the future is here for United. I don't know what we're looking to do. The results are great. Getting the Champions League, something to celebrate on its own. But what are we going from there? Are we going to compete for the Champions League, or are we just happy to get in and just say we made it? Because that's not what United standards should be. If I was an Aston Villa fan, I'd be happy just to make the Champions League, right? And that's no shot at that club. But United is just a much bigger, much more historic club with a much bigger fan base. much bigger revenue. They have the money on it. We should be up there in the conversation with Bayern and PSG and Real Madrid. We should be above Man's. We should be the top team in Premier League. I can't. I'm so tired of this. Oh well, we got third. Okay, but City and Arsenal aren't even close to us. We're in third, but we're not close to second. I think we're actually. Let's just put this into perspective for a second too. We're 9 points off second. Okay, so I guess actually we have pulled away a little bit. We're 11 points off six. A couple weeks ago though, we were further off second than we were off 11th. But the results have been good, and I will celebrate the results because at the end of the day it's about winning games. But you watch that again, that Bayern PSG game. That's football. 5-4 doesn't need to be 5-4 every game, but that's PSG went up 5-2. And they could have easily sat back and parked the bus. And maybe some people say that's what they should have done, right? But they were counterattacking Bayern because Bayern had to get aggressive. Bayern came down and scored two, made it 5-4. You can't sit back against these class teams. And it's not that that's what PSG were doing, but I'm saying like Arsenal, I don't think Arsenal or Atletico have a chance against whoever wins this leg over here. Um, all in all, I United should be playing that style of football. Everybody all over the pitch should be a star and have the freedom to go make their own plays and runs and press. I don't want to just sit back and weather the storm. That is why all of these games feel so close and almost like we got lucky. And that's what it is. Maybe we do play good football and I just don't enjoy the style. Maybe some people enjoy the counterattacking, sit back and, wait, capitalize on opportunity style. But that's not the style of football I want United playing. That's not what we were great with Fergie under. And I just think it's boring. And maybe it's because they know we don't have the team to do that, like full press. But also, we're not spending the money on the right guys. Like we want, we bring Maguire back. We're keeping Sean Delow. Like we spent the money on the forwards, but we seem less interested in spending money on our midfield this summer than we did on getting forwards in last summer. It just doesn't make sense to me. But all in all, a big win. Champions League is clinched. We do have some good football to look forward to next season. Couple games left. And I really hope that I actually always say this. I'm very hard on United and get negative, but my dog's going crazy back there. But also, I hope United surprises us. We end up with some big name guys, and maybe they do an interview process instead of just giving Carrick the job outright. And I'll be okay if Carrick gets the job, but I just want other people to be questioned. But my dog's going crazy, so I got to take him out. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think. Are you excited for the Champions League? Do you think we have no chance of doing anything and it's just nice to be there? Or do you want us to compete? Do you think we should be looking to compete every year for the top of the table and the Champions League trophy? Thanks for watching.